Hello, my loves. Welcome back. It's Dion, your Sin City Medium. And today I have number 9 of our channel Pleiadian messages. Specifically this time, I did ask them, what does it mean when we talk about transcending darkness? This is a question that I often get asked by clients, and I thought it would be cool to ask them what this meant, okay? So here's the message. Foretold stories of Christ's coming is the coming alive of Christ's consciousness within you. Activation has begun. It is now time to make a choice as the approach to the crossroads nears. Deep reflection is needed as you're asked to go within, transcending your shadows that house fears and sorcery of lies. This refraction of your light becomes translucent when this evolution process begins. 3D attachments to labels and groups does not characterize you as good or bad in the coming transition. It instead delays the process of identifying your true self, the self that is free of all attachments, but connected to all that is. Let's talk about it, right? And I feel like this is very important because obviously I've explained this many times, right, in the way that I've received it from my guides, but hearing it come from them and the analogies that they use, obviously being, higher beings, smarter beings than me, right? Let's get into it. So the awakening of Christ consciousness within us, right? This is again reminding us that the fingerprint, of God is in all of us. Everything that has life, we are all connected. It is a network of life. So us transcending this darkness is literally the darkness within us. And I thought that this is important to mention, right? Because going through our own shadows, we're asked to go beyond, our fears, our limiting beliefs, those types of things. Those are our shadows. And the fact that they said sorcery of lies. What is sorcery, right? If you, by definition, look up sorcery, yes, it's magic, but specifically it talks about black magic. So this is us weaponizing, our own minds against us with these limiting beliefs. They are lies, right? That we tell ourselves, lies that we hold on to, creating blockages for us, So it's us moving beyond, transcending those shadows of lies and doubts and fears and all those things, This is why we need to speak positively to ourselves, So the next thing I wanted to touch upon, and this is where I feel like it got pretty deep, where they talk about us doing this, transcending the shadows, right? It says this refraction of light. When you think about what the refraction of light is, light normally, it's a single beam of light that is refracted, right? Via a wall, a blockage, you feel me, right? This light gets refracted. But when the evolution process begins, it becomes translucent. Mind you, translucent, when you look it up by definition, because I had to, it means a scattered light. So rather than being the single, right, compressed, depressed beam that is limited in its belief and swayed by these blockages, we now become this scattered beam of light. We become translucent when the evolution process begins. So you can look at the evolution process of your soul, like your spiritual awakenings that happen, that allow you to shine brightly, that allow your authentic self to shine through. Because they could have said transparent, but they didn't. They said translucent for a reason, right? Let's talk about it. So moving beyond that part, and this is where I feel like we might trigger some people, right? It might ruffle a little feathers, but where they talk about the 3D attachment to labels and groups does not characterize you as good or bad in this coming transition. Transition, new earth, right? Transition. It ain't Dems, Republicans, liberals, volunteers, advocates. These 3D labels that we tie to ourselves, oftentimes we want to think that make us look good, make us better than the next person or whatever the case may be. Listen, all that does is delay the process. We need to stop looking for external labels, right, to characterize ourselves. The reality of it is it's allowing our true self, our authentic self, to shine through, free of attachments, but yet understanding this connection to all, right? What does it say here? the self that's free of all attachments, but connected to all that is. It is just being you, your true and authentic self, right? Someone that acts on the best behalf of yourself and others, moving with positive intention, okay? And recognizing the need to keep the vibrational frequency of yourself and everyone else, right, around you elevated. It's not about these 3D attachment. That does not make us good. It only delays the process. It's like us attaching to these things to make ourselves feel good, by being avoidance of going through our shadows, right? Transcending our shadows, because truly that is the only way for us to tap back in, right? That reflection that asks us to go within in order to find out who we really are, to be our true and authentic selves, okay? Listen, I hope this message was helpful to you, okay? Because I was like, oh, I felt red fulfilled, y'all. I felt red fulfilled. But I thought it was such a beautiful message, and I was so excited to share it. So please keep your questions coming, because I love that we asked something so specific and we were given literally refraction and translucent and all these words. It's not words I typically use. So I was excited to hear from them, like that perspective, you know? But let me know, guys. We do channel messages, right, from our Ascended Masters. And in Discord, we do yes, nos, we do giveaways. Join us there, or join us live on TikTok. We're live every day at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we hope to see you all there.